What if prehistoric life still existed? What if, in a world hidden beneath the surface of the earth, animals lost to time continue to live out their lives, independent of what happens on the surface? Safe in their protective environment and unchanging habitats, the animals of this hidden realm continue to evolve into new families and species, unlike anything alive today. This is the premise of Subterra Mundus, my speculative evolution project. Subterra Mundus is an enormous system of caves, tunnels, and caverns that connect several parts of a planet within the continental crust. The movement of the continents would cause caves to converge or tear apart, but rarely to collapse. Thick pillars of stone support the largest of the caverns. Some of these spires contain smaller tunnels that lead to the surface. It is through these that the endemic life of Subterra Mundus has found their way into this hidden world. This far below the surface of the Earth, there is obviously no sun. Instead, the caverns are lit and warmed by an unknown gaseous substance. This strange element follows the orbit of the moon, resulting in an independent day and night cycle. How exactly this element functions is not understood, but it does, and without it, Subterra Mundus would not be able to exist. This hidden world is populated by flora and fauna that entered at different points throughout history, starting at the end of the Triassic, early in End Cretaceous, and a few times during the Age of Mammals. Most of the megafauna descended from earlier influxes have gone extinct due to competition. Safe in the caverns, the only threat to the trapped fauna was competition with each other. During the many influxes of life, new apexes competed with old ones for dominance, often causing the demise of both. From such extinctions, it is always the smaller and less specialized species that rise to dominance. Today, Subterra Mundus is inhabited by a variety of theropods, sauropods, ornithischians, and pterosaurs, along with non-therian and placental mammals, cold-blooded reptiles, and fish, along with a plethora of invertebrates. As successful as the animal cast of Subterra Mundus is, they could not survive without the diverse cast of flora. The plants that were introduced back during the first influx were largely recognizable species such as ferns, horsetails, mosses, and trees. More plants including tubers, conifers, cycads, and flowering plants were introduced during the Cretaceous influxes. Most of the plants introduced during the Cenozoic weren't able to establish themselves, as the local fauna preferred to feed on and thus distribute the seeds of the older plants. Algae, moss, fungi, and lichen were among the very first organisms in Subterra Mundus. Jungles and rainforests make up the majority of Subterramundian habitats. The vast canopies of hundreds of trees form entire ecosystems independent of the ground and are home to hundreds of species. Dips, cracks, crevices, and similar changes in elevation create many other unique environments that house more unique fauna. Rivers and lakes create swamps and marshlands that support even more diverse fauna and flora. Many hundreds of plant and animal species have managed to find their way into Subterra Mundus one way or another. Finding their way back out, however, was pretty much impossible due to the many slopes and downward angling tunnels. In fact, the majority of Subterramundian animals preferred to not even enter the tunnels in the first place, but rather stay in their light, warm, food-rich environment, safe from the world above. For now. Thank you for watching. Subterra Mundus is a project that I have been fleshing out for a while, but I haven't had the time, confidence, or motivation to actually record much content. If you enjoy dinosaurs, speculative evolution, and hidden realms beneath our feet, then you might like this project. If you enjoyed this introduction, or if you enjoyed the project from my Instagram or DeviantArt, please consider liking, commenting, and/or subscribing. I really appreciate any and all support this project gets. I also want to give a big shout out to my friends on Discord who have helped me design or redesign some of these creatures, as well as provide excellent feedback on their plausibility. I want to thank you all so very much for your help. I really appreciate it. I wish you all the best in creating and developing your own respective projects. That's all I have for now. Thanks again very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video about the fauna of Subterra Mundus.